There are few more satisfying moments in cycling, for rider and spectator alike, than the sight of someone risking everything in pursuit of victory. With regular forays into the likes of the Alps and the Dolomites, the Giro d'Italia has provided a number of spectacular lone stage wins over the years. With that in mind, we take a look at some of the greatest solo wins over the past 6 editions of the Corsa Rosa. Adam Hansen famously holds the record for riding the most consecutive Grand Tours. By 2013's Giro d'Italia, the Australian was a quarter of the way through his streak and marked it with the biggest win of his career. Hansen was in a confident move on stage 7, even tweeting about his plans to make the breakaway that morning. Clearly, he was right to be confident, and his climbing legs whittled down the break to himself and Italian Emanuele Sella, heading into the final 2 climbs of the day.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Oh, it's raining there.
It is. It's wet, and the pace is high, but it's been found out. Emanuele Sella has gone down. Now, where has Adam Hansen gone? And he's up the road. There he is, dead centre, so wasn't involved, but Sella caught out. Well, he's just checking himself out as he relays back on, and that's good work. And Hansen, frankly, has just waited up for him.
Oh, Sella's having trouble keeping up with the Australian at the moment. Well, I would absolutely love to see Adam Hansen taking out this stage. 2 professional victories in his career. One of those was and he's noticed as well. He's seen Sella's in trouble, and he decided that now is the moment to push on. He waited for him after that crash. He says, if you're not as strong as me, I don't need you on the flat roads. I'm just as strong myself.
The lights flare, and it's almost like a grandstand finish. He can afford to just let this one sink in. My goodness, what have I done? I tell you, Adam, you have won a stage of this year's Giro d'Italia into Pescara. Let it be writ large upon the newspapers tomorrow. He's the man.
The Montes Oncolan is one of the great sporting arenas of the world. Unsurprisingly, a group of 20 were determined to save a victory there on the penultimate stage of 2014's Giro. The infamous slopes put paid to the majority of the lead group's chances. 3 riders were left battling the gradients and an increasingly frenzied crowd. That all came to a head when a spectator pushed home favourite Francesco Bongiorno into the back wheel of Michael Rogers. The Italian's rhythm disrupted. Veteran Rogers maintained his tempo to the top of the climb and was just able to lift his hands in the air for a finish line photo to remember.
These climbs, this one's Oncolan, Stelvio, Gavia, and they're in the history of cycling, aren't they? So to win, it's what I think every cyclist dreams as a child, and for me it certainly is a dream come true.
Tim Wellens had been a disappointed member of that large breakaway back in 2014. 2 years later, on stage 6's gradual climb up to the Roccaraso resort, Wellens got his opportunity. With the help of teammate Pim Lighart and Trek Segafredo's Laurent Didier, the Belgian bridged up to the day's already exhausted 2-man breakaway before launching his own attack at the foot of the final climb. With 15 kilometres remaining and a peloton behind biding their time, Wellens had a cushion of some 5 minutes in which to mountain time trial his way to the top to celebrate his first Grand Tour victory in style.
It was the idea of Pim Lighart to attack to the front, also Tom Dumoulin. He said 5 minutes before, Tim, it's the moment to go to attack. And on the last climb, I was the strongest. I had a very good feeling and enormously happy with this victory.
In questa giornata, Team Wellens, l'otto sudalla.
Jan Polantz's first career victory came at 2015's Giro d'Italia. 2 years later, Stage 4's ascent of Mount Etna offered another spectacular opportunity for the Slovenian. With just Jacques Janse van Rensburg, the remaining rival from the breakaway, and a charging peloton making a misturn behind, Poulenc's moment came with 16 kilometres to go.
Poulenc decides to push on then. He clearly believes that after that impact, he was probably told on the radio, look, just attack, go and try and make it home yourself. 16 kilometres he's got to do.
10 hard kilometres still to go. Still hasn't got to the steepest section. Has come down by a minute or so in the space of, what, 3 kilometres? So on that basis, it could still be a day for the peloton behind.
3 kilometres to go. The advantage is 1 minute and 21 seconds, and second by second his advantage is ticking down. Has he put enough in the bank to make it count? Seconds, he's losing ground really rapidly here. 47 seconds, you can count it down. It's almost like a moon launch right now, and we're on a different kind of landscape, otherworldly. 45 seconds now with 900 meters to go. Every single one of these meters is going to hurt. And he realizes, yes, he's done it. This is his day. Absolutely superb. One for the neutrals, one for Slovenia, and a big one for Poulenc.
Oh, it was constantly wind and headwind, so it was difficult already after a long breakaway today, but probably the hardest day of my life.
The battle for pink in 2018's Giro had reached its crunch point by stage 19, as a number of challengers looked to displace a fading Simon Yates. One such challenger was Chris Froome, who ordered his team to set a ferocious tempo right from the start of the stage. As Yates cracked, Froome prepared to leave his nearest rivals in his dust.
Froome now, he goes on the offensive, he goes on the attack over the top of this final climb, and nobody at the moment can go with him.
Still a long way to go, 50 miles in fact of the Queen stage, and the Giro d'Italia is imploding on the slopes of the Colle del Finestra. Remember, we still have the climb of Sestriere, we still have the ridiculously difficult climb of the Jafra to our finishing point, but look at this acceleration of Chris Froome.
A little bit of a conversation there, Dumoulin. We don't know what's being said.
Well, he's now
take that either way.
Well, maybe he is starting to worry a little bit, because 22 seconds now, Chris Froome is relentlessly driving onwards up this climb.
Well, you can see why you need to keep on top of your fluids. Just look how much he is sweating there.
What a ride here, an epic ride by Chris Froome, an imperiously masterful performance.
Froome's escapades largely overshadowed another excellent solo performance the next day. No doubt, still hurting from the loss of the race lead, Mitchelton Scott placed birthday boy Mikel Nieve in the day's break and let him take flight with just under 30 kilometres to go.
Grosshartner cannot keep up with the relentless pace of this pure climber. Mikel Nieve, 2 stage wins in the Giro d'Italia already, 4 stage wins for his team, looking to take something else from this race. What a race Mitchelton Scott have had so far. A disappointing one, a bittersweet Giro d'Italia for them, but looking for more success. And look at this, puts it on the bigger gear, leans on it. Grosshartner looks behind, his head starts to drop,
He can follow no more.
It's not going to be the stage win for him as it stands at the moment. It looks like it's going to go to this man here, Nieve. Still tapping out. Good tempo.
Wonderful performance by the rider from the Basque Country. Delighted, urged on by the crowd here. He can't believe it. This is an emotional win. Are they tears in his eyes? Well, they're nearly tears in mine, I can tell you that. Mikel Nieve, birthday boy, is the victor here on the final big stage in the Giro d'Italia.
A masterclass from Nieve, and the third time in his career he'd soloed to victory at the Giro d'Italia.